Way through the final turn and getting ready to come up the hill to get the green flag to get underway. Again, Steve, as you just mentioned, 10 laps make up the first stage. Up front, Ty Gibbs, Austin Cindric. The 18-year-old and Ty Gibbs and the 22-year-old and Austin Cindric. Can they stay in front of that 54 of Kyle Busch? He's been perfect in 2021. He's got a lot of competition here. Green flag in the air.
Ty Gibbs with a great start and also very defensive to A.J. Allmendinger headed down here into turn one. He does not want A.J. to make a move early. He wants a chance to try to get the lead of this race and control it.
Down the hill into turn two and then three. This is the left-hander, or excuse me, right-hander, three, and making the move to the inside. A.J. Allmendinger trying to get inside the 22.
Such a great wide shot to be able to see everything going on with the pack as they're going through negotiating them first two turns. Down this long straightaway into turn five braking zone, will A.J. have an opportunity to try to outbrake Cindric?
Heavy braking zone, as you said, downhill, easy to lock it up. You see Kaz Grala off the racetrack. Just trying to take advantage of that downhill braking. Got in a little too deep. Had enough runoff, though, to keep from running into the back of another car.
Blind left-hander, number 6 there.
You want to be aggressive right here, but at the same time, we talk about these tires. See Jeb Burton making a move, a little protective move right there.
Jeb Burton in the 10.
That's the tough part. Allgaier doesn't know it's a protective move. He has to give him room because he don't know if he's going to try to drive in there and outbrake him into that corner. A lot happening through a driver's mind in the moments.
This will be the first time through the kink now. We'll see how everyone does.
Everybody drink. Bill Jarrett told you that's the drinking word right this weekend.
And close.
They've added past that yellow and red curb. They've added a little bit more content and asphalt or concrete out there for guys to try to save their cars. They run wide. A couple years ago.
Still Ty Gibbs out front in the 81. And A.J. Allmendinger in the 16 behind him. Austin Cindric in that yellow number 22. A few cars getting just a wheel off into the grass and the dirt, and it throws up a big dust cloud.
Kaz Grala back there again, pushing really hard early.
It's crazy watching those guys use all of that runoff on the corner exit, and it's very rough. It's almost like as rough as the inside curbs. Those guys, they put that asphalt out there, they're going to use it. Kaz Grala trying to rebound from the early mistake in turn 5 on lap 1.
Josh Bilicki in that 07 just in front of Kaz Grala.
You mentioned it. The place is so big. The track is so big. There's Kaz Grala right there, 22-year-old from Boston, Mass. That while you have multiple spotters, it's kind of refreshing for me. These drivers are pretty much on their own, right? You might get a little information from a spotter, but every one of these braking zones is going to be contested, and you as a driver kind of have to have an idea where you're at, using your mirrors, understanding where the traffic is.
And Steve, the size of this place means that the radio communication is not always perfect. So when Kaz Grala went by the start-finish line that time, he wanted to be sure his team knew, hey, I have brake hop, wheel hop in this car like I haven't had all weekend. That's one of the things that the driver of the red and black 31 is contending with.
And he just lost another position there because in turn 5 he had another issue getting into the braking zone. He's going to lose another spot here. You see he's falling off the back of Josh Bilicki in 12th. Under attack of all these cars just because that one mistake in turn 5 again on lap 2.
So as a driver, if you have wheel hop, the rear tires are literally hopping under braking. About the only thing you can do is try to put more front brake to it and then enter the corner easier. Well, if you enter the corner easier, then you're being set up for pass. I mean, that's how you pass on road courses. You drive in the corner deep. If you can't do that, it's impossible to defend and it's impossible to attack.
Driver on the move, about 5 cars behind that 31. The 9 of Noah Gragson started at the back because of an engine issue in practice. Here he is right there. The Bass Pro Shop car just came through the picture, making quick work of a lot of these already up to Sam Mayer, his teammate in the 8 right in front of him. Nice work.
They chose not to run any laps in qualifying, so he had at least 1 lap, if not 1.5, 2 laps, fresher tires than anyone in the field. That might not really matter as you see Kevin Harvick through the dirt trying to get on the inside of Kaz Grala in turn 14 here. But that does so much for a driver's confidence. A lot of trading paint right there. Harvick, man, he had to get out of the gas. It cost him a lot of momentum up his heel. He's losing a lot of spots.
Cut a tire or something.
Yeah, he slowed down on the racetrack. Marty.
Yes, and Kevin Harvick, one of those guys here in the Cup Series, obviously, but here in the Xfinity Series, trying to get some practice on this racetrack as A.J. Allmendinger now hounding Ty Gibbs for the lead, Rick.
Yeah, and we see the 99 of Harvick still struggles as Allmendinger has closed the gap on Ty Gibbs. 3 wide on the bottom of your screen as Noah Gragson gets by Harvick. But that fight for the lead heating up now. Can Allmendinger outbrake Ty Gibbs?
He's there into this turn here, but Gibbs is going to have the momentum off the corner and the preferred line. Up the hill, not able to beat him into this blind corner turn 6.
And now a new leader at Road America, A.J. Allmendinger out front.
So Ty just needs to settle in, try to learn a little bit. What's A.J. doing? One of the best road courses on the racetrack right now. Great guy to follow if he can. Try to learn what he's doing with braking zones and so forth. Where is he beating you?
Allmendinger with 2 wins already on the season. Vegas and Mid-Ohio, another road course. It was interesting to hear him feather that throttle as he went through the carousel.
We've watched that carousel for years during these Xfinity races, and I thought it was a very fast, high-speed corner. I talked to Austin Cindric. He said, no, this place is slick, wore out. That's a slow corner. We're barely pedaling through there, as you mentioned. Just trying to survive, really leaning on that left rear tire.
I'm a little surprised, guys, as we see Allmendinger take the lead, that we don't see Cindric in the top 2, currently in 4th. He was the favorite from practice. The favorite in qualifying was outrun by Ty Gibbs, and so far in this race seems either patient or a car that's maybe not handling as well as he had hoped, but I expected to see a little bit more pace out of the 22.
And interesting, right in front of him is Kyle Busch. And when we mentioned to Cindric and we were standing there and Kyle Busch's car was right next to us, I said, oh, you got Kyle Busch in the field. He kind of rolled his eyes like, oh yeah, he's in the field. And then he said, you know what though? I like when he's in the field because he's a challenge. I know if I beat him, I'm beating the best that there ever has been in the Xfinity Series. But Allmendinger out front right now. NASCAR Drive, that's your live race day companion. You can follow your favorite drivers with high-definition in-car cameras. Just visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download the NASCAR mobile app today. You're watching the Henry 180 from Road America. We're riding along with Justin Haley in that helmet cam.
You can see just cresting over the hill up into 6. It slides the rear tires. Look at him slide the tires again over the curb. The curb just shakes that car, and the car wants to spin out.
Haley currently 9th. You see him making the left-hand turn there in 8th. Getting ready for the carousel here.
Just long corner, and actually the banking actually falls away from you off camber, meaning it's not banked the right way, it's banked the wrong way. Car wants to sling it off the racetrack.
You see his throttle and brake down there. He's like, throttle, a little brake, throttle, a little brake, throttle, a little brake. Over.
This kink right here, I mean, that on a track map looks like a little bend in the racetrack. That's a corner at a high rate of speed.
Again, you saw him using the brake into the kink. I was shocked to hear that from Cindric, and he's like, man, we brake into that corner. I couldn't believe it. Thought it was just a quick lift off the throttle and back to it.
Up front, Allmendinger has put about a second between himself and Ty Gibbs. Then Austin Cindric, running in that 3rd spot, has been able to get by Kyle Busch.
Now as Haley goes through turn 14 and up the front stretch, I believe this should be the top speed of the racetrack as the end of the front straightaway. See how fast these Xfinity cars get up to. Under the bridge, across the start-finish line. There it goes. ...173 miles an hour. Oh, man, we got the 6 in the gravel.
Spencer Pumpling. So Papelli is in the gravel. Now, if he's able to get out on his own, You won't see a caution, but he's not moving, and that might warrant NASCAR to throw.
That's turn 14. So he, looking at the tire marks, he's spun around and around and around getting into this problem. So we got some replays to see exactly how it started. I just run into.
Yeah, Brandon Brown, I believe, got into the back of him.
Yeah, there's a lot of stack up right there. Brandon bumps into him just enough to send him into this corner, and he locks it up and spins it off course.
He's in 21st position. He's a 2-time class winner in a 24-hour Daytona, so a good road racer.
And
but
not rolling, so
it's hard to be good when you're getting run into.
Yeah.
Difficult here. NASCAR will have to pull him out of that gravel trap, it looks like, if he can't get it fired. And there's the caution. So A.J. Allmendinger was able to get by Ty Gibbs and out in front of the field. Let's listen in on A.J.'s radio.
Come take care of his left rear. He's right at a half a second to 7/10 faster than anybody. So take care of that left rear, please. Copy.
Team manager Chris Rice relaying some information, sounded like to the crew chief of the 16. All the crew chiefs I talked to said, man, it's all about keeping the left rear on it. When we talk about tire fall off and slowing down, it's usually left rear grip. 8 right-hand corners here and just a lot of taxing on that outside left rear tire, especially the carousel. You talked about on and off the gas, that long sweeping corner, really tough on that tire.
Yeah, and if you get aggressive and slide it there, multiple laps, or if you're hard on that left rear on the corner exits, it's going to hurt your ability to get into the braking zones. It's going to hurt your ability to get the throttle down. Marty, you got more on the 22?
Yeah, I was going to say, Steve asked earlier, Junior, about the pace for the 22. Talked to Brian Wilson, the crew chief, and it was very much by design. So, Steve, there are a lot of strategies in your playbook today as a crew chief. You could pit here in a few laps before the end of stage 1 or before the end of stage 2 as well. But Brian Wilson's thought is, let's run past stage 1 and just pit twice. They have 3 sets of tires to play with here on pit road. That would leave them a set for the end of the race. And I think we've already seen with the way Noah Gragson tore through the field from 36th to 14th with fresh tires. Tires are going to mean everything. You're going to want that extra set of tires for the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll say this time and time again. If you'd let me know, Rick, when the yellows will come out, I'll tell you exactly the strategy you should play. And that's the struggle. You know, if you try to only do it on 2 stops, you're in a bad situation on old tires at the end of the race. If you get that yellow and you want to pit, put fresh tires on, that can work for you. I mean, the laps here are so long. And when you talk about a green-white checker, you're talking about 8 miles of racing, 28 corners to overtake other people. So even if you lined up, I mean, inside 8, 10, top 12 even, I would say you have a chance to win if you had tires.
So the AMR safety crew went out there to get Spencer Pumpelly out of the gravel pit, but now they're telling him you need to fire it up and roll it. This is how it happened. This is why we're under the first caution of the day from Road America. He spins. They pulled him out. We need to get back at it. This telecast presented by Blue Emu. What a great way to celebrate Independence Day on NBC with the epic doubleheader of racing in tomorrow. Cup Series qualifying from Road America. That'll be on CNBC, and then everything else on NBC. First, the IndyCar Series at Mid-Ohio. That coverage beginning at noon Eastern. Joseph Newgarden won the pole. 3rd straight pole of 2021 for that young man. And then Cup Series countdown to green at 2 o'clock and racing for the first time in 65 years. The Cup Series here at Road America, and the fans have come out to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just such a great place. I've seen racing on TV here, but I've never been here in person. And Rick, you and I went around the track, and I grabbed the golf cart and went around the grounds. Fans everywhere, campsites everywhere. Just such a cool place. And it's decision time, I think, now. 6 laps into this race, I believe we're going to see some takers to pit road. Let's take a listen into the 54 radio.
It's right, then left. Looks like it's loose. On throttle, exit a 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Everywhere.
Man, good thing it was only 14 corners because he listed them all. That thing was free everywhere, it sounds like. And here you go. Here's decision time. We see some takers to pit road, some stay on the racetrack.
Looks like Allmendinger and Cindric are going to stay out on the track. Those are the two in the top 5. Dave.
One of the drivers that will come down pit road is Justin Allgaier, former winner at this track. He said the forward drive was pretty good, but he didn't want to waste the car trying to keep up with the group that was in front of him right then. So they'll put on the tires here. You've seen strategy played out by Jason Burdett, his crew chief, before. Some that we wondered if it was ever going to work, and sometimes it ends up in a top 5 or a win, Marty.
Dave, first fork in the road with the strategy today. Ty Gibbs coming down saying he was getting beat in turn 5 and 6, mostly his car too tight. I think Kyle Busch ran out of turns to describe where he was loose, as Steve just mentioned. He is very free, so he touches the gas and it almost wants to spin out for the 54. Nice stop by the 81 bunch. They will beat all of those guys who came down pit road with the great stop.
First on pit road, first off pit road.
Yeah, and this is one more challenge of this racetrack. You know, remember, the drivers are not next to pit road like there are at all of the ovals. So backwards, all the choreography is backwards. The gas man's actually putting fuel on the right side of the car. So just one more little area where you have to really coach your guys. Easy to make mistakes.
Those that chose to come to pit road now rolling off of pit road. Those that decided to stay out, we'll see what kind of strategy they have when we return for the restart. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. Visit GoCreditOne.com. Ford, build Ford proud. And by Blue Emu Microfoam, the official pain relief foam of NASCAR. Soft on skin, strong on pain. So after the pit stops have completed, let's check back in with Parker.
Right, guys, as you see, AJ Allmendinger staying out there, obviously going for these stage 1 points. But one of the things I got to love about AJ is I talked to him before the race. He tells me, I don't know. I don't think we'll have the rear grip. I don't think we have a winning car. What does he do? From the drop to the green flag, he went from 3rd to 1st. It was the fastest car on track continually. He's got a lot of speed in that thing, Marty.
Parker, the plan for Austin Cindric, Brian Wilson says, is to go to lap 15, but if they lose too much track position here, they would come in 3 laps at the end of the stage. The battle of new tires versus old tires, we're about to see how it plays out, Rick.
That's right, old tires up front. Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger making up row 1. Austin Cindric in that yellow, number 22. AJ Allmendinger in the white, 16. A long way up into the restart zone. Allmendinger quick into the gas.
3 wide, back where you see the new tires. Ty Gibbs all the way down by pit lane.
NASCAR might have to take a look at that. The 81 of Ty Gibbs, not supposed to change lanes before you get to the start finish line, may have gotten out of line. And real close there.
Oh man, big sandwich there with Kaz Grala in the middle. Brandon Brown has Kyle Busch's spun around right off the nose of Justin Allgaier. No contact.
Kyle Busch spins into the grass, and now he'll back out onto the track. No caution.
Best thing Kyle Busch can do right now is run a nice, easy, slow speed to finish out this stage. He knows he's going to get a caution to punch up the field. No reason to wear those tires out. As you see the 81 matching monster cars there. The 81, though, Ty Gibbs is the one on fresh tires.
Allmendinger still up front. Then it's Jeff Burton. You just take a look at what happened with Kyle Busch.
He just moved a little bit to the right, trying to go to the side of Sam Mayer, and Justin didn't cut him a break. Justin just stood his ground.
And coming up now on 1 to go, as they work their way down the back stretch and into Canada corner.
And this is the thing when we talk about new tires versus old. These laps are just so long. I mean, Ty Gibbs is all the way up to 9th, working those new tires. There he is, pulls out to the right. He's going to try to get maybe 2 positions here, 1 for sure.
He gets Riley Herbst. And now trying to get by that 07 of Josh Bilicki. Bilicki running in the 7th spot.
Back up the front straightaway. They'll see 1 lap to go in this stage.
Junior, you spotted this first, watching that 81 of Ty Gibbs on the restart.
He's behind Sam Mayer and moves out of line. Sam just doesn't get a good restart. Ty doesn't want to lift and move to you're cresting a hill, so you as a driver, you cannot see that start finish line on the racetrack. You can't. Now you can see the flagman, so it gives you some reference points, but I don't know that Ty knows exactly where that stripe is and made the move a little bit too early.
So he won't receive stage points, but will restart at the tail for the beginning of stage 2.
So if he's going to have to do that, then I'd be telling my driver, hey, take it easy on these tires. We got to go to the back. We're not going to change them. Just don't even use them right now. Don't try to outbrake. Don't try to drive deep into the corner, taking life out of it all.
That's a great point. Just ride around as slow as you possibly can.
As he was looking past the one of Annette, that would tell me that he didn't get that message.
Not yet. He hasn't.
Got the message, Steve. He may just not be obeying it, right? I mean, he is 18 after all, right?
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Hemrick right behind him, trying to move up past Michael Annette. Allmendinger with a 1.9 second lead over Austin Cindric, looking to win stage 1. Lower part of the screen, you see Ty Gibbs pulling away now from Hemrick again, but will be serving the penalty at the end of this stage. A clean run for A.J. Allmendinger. So smooth through the turns, braking, acceleration. The announcement was made that Kaulig Racing would go full-time Cup Series racing in 2022, and it was announced that Allmendinger is going to stay full-time in the Xfinity Series, but he will run a handful or more of races in the Cup Series. He's going to win stage 1 at Road America.
I'd put Road America on that partial Cup schedule next year, as impressive as stage 1 went here in this Xfinity Series race.
Cindric, Jeb Burton, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson rounding out again the top 5.
How about Noah?
Yeah.
From last to 5th in a 10-lap stage.
3rd straight road course for A.J. Allmendinger, winning stage 1. Great way to kick off the 4th of July weekend here at Road America. A.J. Allmendinger wins stage 1. Celebrating the red, white, and blue this weekend at a racetrack, one of the most beautiful racetracks in America. And this 4th of July weekend, fans have come out here, Elkhart Lake, to enjoy. Mid-Ohio, of course, for the IndyCar Series. It's going to be a great one. We're going to celebrate tomorrow on NBC with that epic doubleheader of racing. First IndyCar Series at Mid-Ohio, Joseph Newgarden on pole. You know, he won Mid-Ohio back in 2017, looking to do that again. And then, of course, NASCAR Cup Series will be running here tomorrow after that race. And at the stage break here, seeing a few cars come to pit road, and the 22 of Austin Cindric is going to stay out. So he's going with that strategy, potentially making a 2-stop race. Parker.
Right, and a great run for Jeb Burton, finishing 3rd here in stage 1, just fighting a tight condition in that 10 car and wheel hopping a bit, starting to adjust the brake bias. He's going to get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. And then for his teammate A.J. Allmendinger, a great first stage, winning that first stage. He's just lacking a little bit of lateral rear grip and a little loose to the right-hander to that 10 car, Dave.
Justin Haley is going to get about 4th position to come down for Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. Wants him to loosen that car up just a little bit. They were trying to coach him through maybe not rolling as much speed. He said the car is so tight, I need need to work that, and the guys in front of me are rolling a whole lot more. So they'll make an adjustment here. Crew Chief Alex Jans is actually catching tires and is down on the wall as he looks over the 11, trying to get Haley back to the front as they give up this track position.
Track position important. A couple guys decided to keep it by staying out on the racetrack. Austin Cindric and Noah Gragson both have stayed out. So what strategy are they playing here, Steve?
Well, what I think they're going to do is try to make it far enough that they run the entire distance on only 2 stops. But I really think it's about tire conservation, Marty. They only had 3 sets of Goodyear tires in their pits. Tires are so important. Sounds to me like they just want to pit once in the middle of this stage, once later in the race, but then have that all-important extra set of tires if we see a caution close to the end.
And that was the key for Brian Wilson. He said, how far do we fall back? Well, they only fell back to second after starting with the lead on that last starting second on that last restart, Steve. So I think that showed him what he needed to see. They're going to pit about lap 15 or 16, and then, yes, pit in the middle of stage 3. That will lead them 1 set of Goodyear tires, a fresh set if there is a caution late in the race, and that could be very valuable.
Yeah, this place is known for short runs at the end, Rick, so we'll see if it works out there that way. And 1 caution, you get overtime as long as these laps are. We have seen multiple overtimes.
Definitely a long way around this track. Austin Cindric, he's looked the best on fresh tires, still on old tires. We'll see how he does. Getting ready to restart stage 2 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Road America. This telecast presented by Blue Emu as they work their way up the hill.
So a stack of different strategies have different level of tires. The front row, the 22 and the 9, have the tires they started the race on. Right behind them, Justin Allgaier in that orange 7 and the 18 of Hemrick. They both pitted around lap 7. And then a little bit deeper in the field, we have some fresher tires. So we're going to see how the tires play off on this restart, Rick.
Cindric up through the gears first. Noah Gragson on the outside. He's going to lose the spot to Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick already charging, trying to take the lead away from Cindric going into turn 1.
Great corner by Hemrick in the 18 around the outside of the 22. Allgaier continues to press back there in 4th. That bright red car inside his teammate, the 9 of Gragson.
Gragson trying to hold that 3rd position now as Allgaier falls back just a bit. Harrison Burton in the 20 working up to the outside of the 7.
Harrison's going to have the inside line down here in turn 5 on Justin as they start to approach the braking zone. Noah deep down into the corner on the inside of the 22. Does a good job there. Little contact, nothing big. Has the lift, and it cost him a lot going up the hill here. He's going to lose several spots.
Harrison to the inside, trying to take that spot away from Noah Gragson.
You can see if you don't make that finish on that corner, on that pass into 5, how it can hurt you up the hill. Same thing as the exit of 14.
There's Myatt Snider in the 2, right on the back bumper of the 9 of Gragson. Myatt Snider, I think, matured a lot when he was a part of the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. 99% of the courses over there are road courses, only 1 or 2 ovals that they run in that series, but he got a lot of road course experience while he was over there.
See right there, the 7 of Allgaier all over the 22 of Cindric through that carousel, now through the kink.
I think even if you had position on him into the kink, you wouldn't try to pass there, but you get a run out of that kink maybe. Have an opportunity down here in the braking zone, turn 12. Not going to take it. He's all over the back of this 22. Technical stuff up here, no opportunities to pass, but coming into the final turn 14, possibly.
And caution has come out.
Oh, 8 has had a massive crash.
Sam Mayer, one of the Wisconsin drivers, you see the front end of that car completely torn off.
It's been a huge impact. The right front is shortened way up.
Last year in the Trans Am race at this racetrack, Sam Mayer got in an accident, broke his wrist.
We're seeing the wind. He still has the window net up, but you see the driver's the steering wheel coming off. So now he's going for the window net. That normally indicates to the safety crew that the driver's alert and moving around in there.
Looks like the splitter bracing is all the way up over the hood of the car, over the roof. He's had a heck of a wreck.
Yeah, I think he's down there in Canada corner. So I don't know if this was an accident out of the kink or down at the somehow at the end of the back straightaway.
He was one of those drivers that stayed on track, was on older tires.
Yeah, he's in Canada corner right now, so
he had a wreck before. I'm trying to see some tracks to see where he hit. Wherever it was
massive.
Very much so.
The 18-year-old, the youngest East champion ever, a 5-time ARCA winner, just turned 18, and here, take a look.
Hard to tell how it started, but he hits that inside wall heading up to turn 12. Great job by everybody back here to miss. Was right on board with the 11 car. So he tried to get left for a better position into the corner, and there was a car there. Kind of turned himself, overcorrected back into the fence.
We talk about how narrow this racetrack is and trying to get yourself set up for the next corner. And, you know, as long as this racetrack is, guys, there's not a lot of spotters, right? You can't really have enough spotters to get all your blind spots. It's almost impossible. You wonder if he just didn't know that car was on the outside of him.
Saw the AMR safety team pulling away there. So Sam will make the mandatory trip to the infield care center.
So here you go, right there, he goes to turn left, and that car is there and just gets him out of control.
Really surprising that no one else. The 90 got a little bit of contact, but that could have really stacked them up back there as you guys continue to talk, you know, so narrow between the two. And then this good sign right here, seeing the young driver climb out.
So they've got the hook on the 8s. They'll pull that back into the garage. What's left of it, look at the front end damage to that thing. Again, a heavy braking area as they were coming into 12, but still carrying a lot of speed. And while they're taking that 8 back up into the garage, let's check in with Jack.
Well, as we have cruised around 4 miles of racetrack, there is a premium on the Woodlands. We're up above turn 5 on a hill, ton of action in view. There's already been some great passing on this track right here behind us, awful loud as it comes through as well. But as you talk to the people and you go, why here? Why is this the place you want to watch the race from? The answer is pretty simple. We're in the shade. Sometimes it's as simple as that, Rick.
And how about...
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't flip.
Yeah.
Don't flip.
Oh, yeah.
Jack throws his sunglasses on. Pretty good place to watch the race from.
That might be our last report from Jack today.
That was so much better than I could have hoped.
He's checking out.
He made that look easy.
So many great places here. Yeah, getting into a hammock is not always easy as what he made it look, but so many great places here to see the racing. And there's racing all around the track, so premium seating everywhere.
Jack's right. I mean, there's a lot of shade here. That's the premium seating you're talking about, right?
That's right. Yeah, the trees.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, I've only, as a race car driver, I'm in the garage and the bus lot. I don't really go anywhere else. And we were at Watkins Glen. We started doing radio style, and I drove to the back of the track to my perch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. Same response, same feeling and motion when you come here. Such a big track, so many places to camp. You can make an entire family event out of this, a family weekend out of this with the camping, the barbecuing, and everything else.
The 22 and the 9 are making their way onto pit road for the first time in this race.
Yeah, this timing of this caution was unfortunate for their strategies because, you know, look at them on the left side of your screen, very lonely. 4 cars on pit road. The majority stayed on the racetrack, Dave.
Well, and so Dave Ellens, his choice was to try to do this on 2 stops after starting in the rear. So if you split this in half, 31 to go, 15.5 each, they can do that on fuel. So we shall see. Noah Gragson, having started in the rear of the field, now comes down for 4 tires and Sunoco fuel, Marty.
Yeah, Dave, Steve mentioned it, just not ideal. At a road course, you don't want to pit under caution if you can avoid it. You want the caution to come out immediately after you pit. So Mike Bumgarner brings Michael Annett down pit road. These guys were going to maybe run out of fuel on the next lap if they stayed out and tried to make it one more lap. 4 tires and fuel also for Austin Cindric. He said the car kind of lost its balance the further they went along there. It got way too tight for him. So again, they'll be much further back in the field, but these Goodyear tires will will mean a lot after this stop.
In a narrow racetrack will make it a little more difficult to work their way from the back to the front. Daniel Hemric is winless in the upper 3 tier of NASCAR. Could he get his first win here at Road America? He's out front. Tuesday, who will go home with bragging rights and who will leave with nothing? It's UCLA versus USC and University of Virginia versus Xavier. Capital One College Bowl. That's Tuesday on NBC. It's the race within the race here. We got a go-kart track inside the carousel area.
I think that's where we're going after this big race is over.
Looks like a lot of fun. People taking advantage of that all over the racetrack. Just a really great venue. AJ Allmendinger will be restarting in the top 10 with the freshest tires, Parker.
Right, and he restarted back in 18th and lost a couple positions under that stage 1 hit stop. We look back, there was a little issue on the right front here for the changer. He's just going to get the lugs to fall off. After this happened, Chris Rice, the team manager, to look at the right front changer here just a little slow, pulled the whole team together, looked at the replay, said, hey, we got to clean it up. Didn't matter in that stop, but it will matter later in the race. Told the pat them on the back, said we can do better next time.
Seems pretty animated right there, which I've been there. I'm not blaming him. Listen, these are short races. You only have a couple pit stops. He knows how much track position matters. And if you're Austin Cindric in the 22, it's nerve-wracking times right here because you're deep in the field. We'll see if he can work his way through traffic. Before the caution, Hemric had pulled out to about a 2-second lead. We'll see if he can do it again here on the restart. Allgaier in the 7 on his outside. Harrison Burton in the 20 back there fighting for second now as Hemric has pulled away. Myatt Snider in the 2, working to the outside of Harrison Burton. Kyle Busch is that second yellow car in the picture. Even after that spin, he's recovered his way back into the top 10. Also moving up, the 99 of Kevin Harvick is back here. He was side by side with the 11. Those Collin cars with the bright yellow roof numbers, easy to spot from the helicopter. There's Harvick driving that Henry's car. Kyle Busch working to the inside now of Harrison Burton as they go into 6.
There's AJ Allmendinger, that 16 car. He's got the freshest tires of all these guys.
How much will that pay off? We're about to find out. Getting ready to make the hard left-hander here. 8 as they get ready for the carousel. Allmendinger charging in here.
New tires are better everywhere. They're better under braking, they're better cornering, better under throttle.
Drifts out a bit there as he got behind the 54 of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that's one way you can take the approach to the carousel is to diamond that corner. You want to be able to make that apex and drive off straight and get a great run into the kink here. So Kyle Busch way off to the edge there, a little bit of dirt.
Here comes the 7. Justin Allgaier looked to the outside of that 18 of Hemric. Now he crosses him over.
Hemric was just a little defensive in the braking zone of turn 12. If Justin can save the outside here, he'll have the inside line for the final corner.
Into 14. Hemric pitching it down.
Hemric
Listen to him slide.
Tires chirping. We never hear that anywhere else but at these road courses. That opened a door for Myatt Snider to get through into second place. Now AJ has a run on Hemric. Hemric will have to be defensive down here.
Definitely being defensive. He went down for the block and to look inside of Myatt Snider.
This is going to give AJ a great run off the corner, though. The 18 had a bad approach to the corner, had to enter low.
It's a very tight corner. You can outbrake him, but it's really tight. Watch how long this corner lasts. Leads to this straight. Allmendinger just saying, it's my spot. Just push the 18 off the track.
You might not think I'm clear, but I'm clear.
And now on this long straightaway, more trouble for Hemric. His teammate Kyle Busch has the run and momentum. Heading to turn 5. Kyle moves to the inside. Hemrick will not be defensive against that. Actually just gives up the position before they ever get to this corner.
Look at Allmendinger.
Charging slides.
Allmendinger got in there so deep, Allgaier didn't know he was there, nor should he have known. They almost made contact.
And Myatt Snider has dropped back.
Yeah, that all was great for Kyle Busch. He got a couple spots in these last couple corners without a lot of work.
Aggression building now with just 4 to go in stage 2.
Man, these stages are short.
But the track is long. Allgaier, Allmendinger, Kyle Busch, Myatt Snider, Daniel Hemrick, the top 5. Allmendinger and those fresher tires has been able to work all the way up to second now. We'll see if he's going to challenge Allgaier here and how quickly he'll do it as we see Ty Gibbs move out of line.
Ty Gibbs is, remember he got penalized, had to start at the back. This is a battle for 10th right here. I'm sorry, yeah, battle for 10th.
I'm telling you, Ty, he's a little guy, but he is so aggressive. He is 10 foot tall, bulletproof when he gets inside that race car. He took a look to the inside of the kink. I mean, nobody's going to go into the sink or expect somebody to race into the kink there. Battle for the lead, staying pretty hot and heavy.
Myatt Snider staying just in front of that 18 of Hemrick as up the hill they go to the start-finish line with 3 to go now in the stage. And we're seeing some of the drivers take this opportunity to come to pit road. Another differing strategy here, Steve.
Try to fight to get that track position back. Pit now when the caution comes out. You're all set. The 18 loose once again. Might as well.
These guys are racing each other really, really hard here. Getting more and more frustrated with each other each corner.
There's those cars that did you see Kaz Grala in the 31. Dave.
And Artie Hare calling him to pit road. Marty talked about it, how pitting under green is really where you want to be. So before the stage ends, to pit road comes Kaz Grala. Weird angle getting in there. Had to go around the car behind him to get in, but now cleanly out for fresh Goodyears and gone. So is Preston Pardus. Also on pit road, the 07 of Josh Bilicki and the 10 of Jeb Burton.
Look at here.
Oh, big run right here.
Oh, you give him a break there. He could have forced that. Look, he's got the run, though. The 7 loses a little bit of grip on corner exit. He's going to have a great opportunity here. Oh, Justin's going to run him hard.
Try to stay on his outside.
And he's in position for the carousel here on the inside. Be tough for AJ to hang out there in the dirty track. But he's going to. I'll fight for it.
I was wondering if he was going to try to turn right and try to get a better run off the carousel. He ultimately made that decision, but couldn't get the run he was hoping he would get. Kyle Busch closing in on this battle. Good run right here as well.
Oh, in the left. Second time today in the kink. He did it in his Cup car earlier. Wrecked his Cup car in practice. And now in the Xfinity car, misses the kink to driver's left.
And back out on track. Side by side for the lead still. Look at this move by Allmendinger.
He's got position on the inside of this corner. He'll take the spot away from Justin.
Up to 2 to go right here, bud. It's up to you, but we want to pit. It's up to you, but we want to pit.
I like this call. See if they turn right and start climbing the hill.
Did not.
Some behind him decided to.
It was up to him.
Well, they got to get to the commitment line here. I think they'll be there no problem before start finish.
So AJ's going to stay out and try to get another playoff point.
Okay, I love it.
That's Chris Rice.
That'll give you 15.
How about the call, Steve? It's up to you. I mean, is that interesting to a guy can pit or not in this situation?
Well, I guess, they're going to let AJ decide. He knows he's going to lose track position by staying on the racetrack. Only he knows how good his car is. Tells me AJ feels that he can drive back up through the field. And you see Myatt Snider was that car we saw take the right-hand corner, turn, and climb up the pit road.
I think it's a great decision for these guys. They're thinking long-term playoff championship. They're wanting an opportunity to win it, and I think they got a driver that can do it.
Steve, we saw Allmendinger come to pit road on lap 11. We mentioned, the freshest tires, but he's going to have to make 2 more stops still, right? He can't get to 45 laps, can he, on just 1 more tank of fuel?
Well,
1 stop?
What kind of fuel mileage they give? They've had quite a few yellows. If he saves really hard on the yellow, maybe he feels he can stretch this tank enough, try to come later. I mean, I don't think he can for what we expect the fuel mileage to be, but these teams continue to do pretty amazing things with their fuel consumption.
Allmendinger stretching it out now, almost a second advantage over Allgaier. Hemrick still running in the 3rd spot. Haley is 4th. Harrison Burton in 5th. Brandon Jones in the 19. Ty Gibbs just behind him in the 81.
Right there, the bright yellow 22 of Cindric. Kind of working himself back into it. Currently 11th position.
Austin Cindric, we mentioned earlier, really the class of the field in practice. Oh, first qualifying run. A little bit slower there for Riley Herbst, it looks like, back behind as we see the 20 and 54 fighting for spots.
There's some contact back there. That's what got my attention between the 81 and the 99, I believe. And here's the 81 going through the grass a little bit. Marty.
What did Chris Gale say to us earlier this week, Steve, when we talked to him? Ty's aggressive. I would say so. He is up to 7th, just got another spot, and did not let that penalty where he had to start in the back of the field phase him at all. But look at the yellow car behind him, Austin Cindric. He is plus 17 since the restart, trying to get 2 spots right there in front of him. Restarted 28th. He's flirting with the top 10 and showing a lot of patience there. He gets the top 10, going around Kevin Harvick, now trying to get 1 more from Riley Herbst.
We mentioned patience, but yeah, I was going to say, but the left side of the door says that there has been some contact. You and I saw it at the same time, didn't we, Jeff? A little bit of work.
Harrison Burton trying to get past Ty Gibbs here.
Well, Ty was behind him, and Harrison's just using a defensive line to keep that position. But it gives his teammate a little bit of room to work here on the outside. Into turn 6.
All 3 of these cars on screen here from Joe Gibbs Racing.
That's so tough. You got to race hard, but when you're racing teammates, you definitely don't want to do anything that's going to hurt you or them. But we're coming to the end of the stage, and every position is important.
Allmendinger still out front, has 1.3 second advantage over Allgaier. Ty Gibbs running in the 6th spot.
So the 22 gets to run here, heading into the kink, and he's going to take that opportunity to go to the inside. That's going to slow both of those guys down. May give Riley an opportunity here in the braking zone on Harrison. It's a little bit too far back.
Into Canada corner they come for the last time here in stage 2. Allmendinger already making the right-hander for the final time to go up the straightaway here and capture not only stage 1, but he's going to win stage 2 as well. First time a driver has ever swept both stages on a road course. Kyle Busch, even after getting off track, finishes 5th. Brandon Jones, Ty Gibbs, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, and Riley Herbst all getting stage points as they finish in the top 10. You saw the right front smoking before he got into the kink. Looks like he was trying to get on the brakes, coming in a little hot.
Yeah, and then it looks like another car might have joined us back in the pack. Look, we're very lucky, no damage to the splitter. I guess that area's been mowed down by enough cars this weekend that it's smoothed itself out.
What a way to kick off the 4th of July from Road America here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
4th of July, stars spread the lights. I see this country like the free bird sees the sky. Where there's a highway, I will ride.
You can go inside the headset with access to NASCAR Scanner. for only $2.99 per month. You can listen in on that pit strategy, which we're seeing a lot of here at Road America today. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/scanner to start your subscription today.
You mentioned pit strategy, so A.J. Allmendinger was last on pit road at lap 11. Won both stages, earned 20 points. That's the best you can do in 2 stages, maximum points accumulated. We'll see if he comes to pit road. I don't know if they can, stretch their fuel enough to do it on one more stop, so he's going to pit, but the 7 of Allgaier is going to stay on the racetrack, along with Kyle Busch. I believe
Austin
that's
Cindric's coming.
Yeah, I believe that's Ty Gibbs. The 2 monster cars, I'll admit, from this distance has got me a little...
Ty looks like he's still out there. Let's go to Parker.
And guys, AJ was given the chance to pit before he got the 2 to go there in the lead, but he told Chris Rice yesterday, if I have a chance to win a stage, I'm going to take it. Well, he got both of them today. Still a little bit loose in that car. It's going to be Ford Goodyear tires and full of Sunoco fuel. Dave.
Justin Haley gives up 4th place in the 11 car. He'll come to pit road for tires and fuel. Wanted just an air pressure adjustment, Marty. Nothing much on the 11.
This ought to be interesting. Daniel Hemrick last pitted at lap 7. They decided it just wasn't worth the fuel risk as Justin Haley goes to the left side of his car, to the right side of his car. So they bring the 18 down pit road. Dave Rogers making that call. So all those who stopped at lap 7 are going to be very tight to make it to lap 28. That's the magic mark to get you all the way to the end of the race. Although the 7 stayed on the track, it's going to be fun to watch this fuel strategy.
Hemrick lead the group off pit road. That's a long run for Allgaier. Trying to run 21 laps. I know he had some yellows in there, but we'll see what their plans are.
Allgaier's out front and will lead us to the green when we get ready to start the final stage from Road America. Getting ready for the final stage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Road America. This telecast presented by Blue Emu. We mentioned that NASCAR had not raced here since 1956, but Roger Penske, who's team owner of Penske, Team Penske, actually did race here in 1964, took us for a lap in 1964. Let's ride along with it.
I now downshift into second before entering the carousel. This is a long right-hand bend. As I come out of the carousel, there's a little area, a few rough slopes. I now enter Friedman Corners. This is a flat-out turn at about 120 miles an hour. I go back through the winding turn through the woods at approximately 140 miles an hour. I go down from 4th.
So amazing. In 1961, so 3 years earlier, Roger was actually Sports Illustrated SCCA Driver of the Year.
He sounds just the same then as he does now. So his cadence and pace. Austin Cindric watches that video and sends it to Penske every time they're going to come to this race and says, "Hey man, doing my weekend prep, getting ready, learning from the best."
Well, let's see if Jack has made it out of the hammock as we see Allmendinger slow on the track.
It wasn't easy getting out of that hammock, but I did make it. My guy Tony from Kiel, Wisconsin, right back here. He's been coming to this track, sitting right there since kindergarten. I asked him why. He said it's pretty simple. This is where the action is, and most importantly, right here behind him is Burnout Circle. The winner will be going right there, putting on a show for the fans in just a few, fellas.
And who will that be? Again, over the wall too soon was the penalty for the 16 of A.J. Allmendinger, so Chris Rice can't be happy about how all that went out.
Yeah, that'll make it start at the tail of the field. That's why he was slow. There's Chris Rice right there.
He's fast enough to rebound and win, though.
Yeah,
he did it before. He had a pit road infraction at Mid-Ohio this year and won.
So now, for the first time, Kyle Busch is on the front row with Justin Allgaier as they get ready to dive into turn 1. There comes Ty Gibbs, once again being aggressive. Austin Cindric to his outside, not allowing him to come up the racetrack very far. And now Cindric trying to go by on the outside, taking 3rd away.
A lot of contact back there behind him. The 18 car, Hemrick, Snyder, sandwiched Joe Martins. through turn 3. Pretty wild stuff there. Down into turn 5. Look at Jeb Burton coming from way back to the inside of a net.
Nice move, kept his line, didn't overdrive the corner, drove in deep, but still kept his line. So important in road course racing.
Noah and Ty Gibbs are fighting it out now for position.
Riley Herbst there in the 98. That's a backup car. He had an accident in practice. Nice work today, keeping this car on track and up inside the top 10.
Ronnie's a good road racer. Every time we see him on these road courses, he gets up in that top 10, dragging out that front brake, getting in that corner.
So we see all this action. Very curious to see how far the 7 of Allgaier, the 54 of Kyle Busch, how far can they go in this tank of fuel? Can they run far enough to put themselves into a final pit stop position? I would imagine that's like 18 to go or so. They've got to be able to get to, say, 18 to go to stretch the tank.
Steve, we're already completed 22 laps. 7 was the lap when they came to pit road.
And Rick, I can answer Steve's question. They're trying to get to lap 28. Steve, here is my question. I just checked in with Dave Rogers, the crew chief for Daniel Hemrick, a moment ago, and he said, we were a lap and a half short. So how are the 54 and the 81 of Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs going to be able to make it to lap 28 if their teammate was a lap and a half short from doing it?
Well, you know, driving styles do matter. You don't know how much fuel was saved under yellow. You know, these aren't fuel injected. This is old school carburetors, so not every car can get the same fuel mileage. We'll have to see whose math was right.
Man, we just kind of saw it in the in-car camera there. Ryan Snyder getting used up. Coming into turn 14 by a net. Sent off the racetrack. Also might have a few spots, but he's back on the track.
So fresher tires for Austin Cindric right now as he's going up against the 7, and he just passed the 54 of Kyle Busch. Cindric was on pit road at lap 14. The 2 guys that he's going around or about to go around, they were on pit road in lap 7. So 7 fresher laps tires for the 22 car. Marty.
And Rick, here's I think what Brian Wilson is thinking with their advantage is that they're going to pit around lap 28 as well. That gets them to the end in case they do not have another opportunity to pit. But basically, the 22 car of Austin Cindric has a tire advantage over pretty much the entire field. Also, Michael Annett and the 9 car of Noah Gragson are in that boat as well. But they have an extra set of tires here. If there were to be a late caution, Steve, that could be very valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh tires would be a huge advantage. Now, the disadvantage is with only 3 cars having that extra set. If you came to pit road, you're going to line up definitely outside the top 20. So it's just a question of, you know, you have way more grip, but we've talked about how narrow this place is. Do you have enough real estate to use that grip?
Keep watching the 7 of Justin Allgaier, listening on the radio, nothing being talked about other than sticking to the plan, which from the start has been one of running long for Jason Burdett. We've seen that before here. There have been times when we've questioned whether we understand what they're at and whether they can actually accomplish it. But Justin Allgaier seems to be very accomplished at saving fuel when he needs to, and this run here is one where he has to.
I have to say, man, look at the pace of the 9 car going to the inside of Kyle Busch right here. I thought Ty Gibbs was on the back bumper of Noah earlier in this lap. Ty's got some great speed as well, but Noah's drove away from him, takes a spot from Kyle Busch in turn 12, and now he sets his sight on Justin Allgaier.
And we can talk about all these strategies, but you know, this place has proven that there will be late yellows, and if that continues, it just comes down to fast cars and good restarts. And you know, you got to have the right strategy to be at the front for those restarts, but they can be absolutely crazy.
Hemrick trying to block. Stay in front of Haley in the 11.
He's going to try to get down here inside of Jeb Burton's going to do that into turn 1. Haley's going to try to follow him and have an opportunity to try to get to the inside of his teammate Jeb Burton into turn 3. Quick downshifts.
Yeah, 2 downshifts.
See those curves on the exit of the corner just as rough as the ones on the inside. These cars get beat up. All the suspension joints get really pushed and stressed to the max.
As we're on board with Justin Haley in the 11, put a little hand signal out the left side.
He was cordial to his teammate. He waved to him, said thanks.
Appreciate you letting him go. I'm going to say the other teammate, the other Collin car, The two-stage winner of Allmendinger had that penalty, started at the back. Well, he's already up inside the top 15 and running some amazing laps.
Great battle right here, watching out the windshield. Hemrick trying to get around Riley. Riley fights back. Says, no, man. Not going to make it easy on Hemrick. Hemrick charging into the braking zone here. Right back to the back bumper.
A lot fresher tires for Daniel Hemrick. He was just on pit road where Riley Herbst, it was lap 11 for him.
Oh, he's just right in the back of him right there.
That is a difficult place to get hit. It's such a flat corner.
I think that's like, hey, man, I had you. I was passing you, man. You're making this harder for both of us.
That's the kink.
Oh, both of them out of the gas right there is going to cost them a little bit of time. It's going to set up Haley for an opportunity to be inside of Hemrick. So there.
And stacking them up from behind. You see Brandon Jones coming into the battle.
And Haley charging hard in there. There's a fight for the second spot. Noah Gragson and Allgaier. Gragson. Oh. Gragson gets it away from Allgaier.
Yeah, Justin tried to get back in line there so he doesn't lose or put another spot. So Kyle Busch here doesn't put himself in a position. Kyle's right on his bumper, though. Kyle to the inside, down the front straightaway before the flag stand. Ty Gibbs going to look in there, try to find a spot around Justin as well.
Well, Brandon Jones drove way in the corner on the outside of Jeb.
So, Steve, these guys look to have figured out some fuel mileage here. We're going to go NASCAR nonstop. You will not miss a thing.
I get a little bit closer. Every day is a fading.
Rule the playground. Toyota, let's go places.
Want to grab pizza?
Bad move, guys. Get a freshly made footlong from Subway instead.
Like a classic Italian BMT stacked with fresh veggies.
There's a Subway 3 blocks from here.
Choose better, be better. And now save when you order in the app.
Subway, eat fresh.
And Doug.
Oh, are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool?
Sorry?
Well, since you asked, it finds discounts and policy recommendations, so you only pay for what you need. Limo, you're an animal! Who's got the bird legs now?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get the part you need from the comfort of your garage. Order online or via our mobile app with Advanced Same Day. Get same day pickup, same day curbside, or same day delivery. Advance your auto. Advance Auto Parts.
Driver with a dream. And part of that dream is making all the doubters believe that my name belongs here. I may be new to some, but I am not to be taken lightly.
Oh, and now they're really going at it.
Yeah, they are.
Because if you let your guard down, I will rise above. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
Boss Baby is in theaters.
Let's roll.
And streaming only on Peacock now.
Is this some kind of a ninja boy band?
Huh. The Boss Baby Family Business, rated PG. Now streaming only on Peacock. Go to bossbabymovie.com.
Spencer Pumpelly hard into the tire barrier at the end of row one. Or excuse me, turn one. And so into that tire barrier, up on at the rear end, almost 4 or 5 feet in the air.
Yeah.
All right, listen into his radio.
I got no, just nothing. Pump, nothing. Just went all the way.
Talking about the brake pedal. So went down into turn 1 after the longest straightaway in the sport and didn't have any brakes when he got to the end of it.
And so you wonder, why didn't he just go nose in, right? Well, he was pumping those brakes. It probably got the rear tires where the rear tires were wheel hopping. There it is right there.
Oh,
you can see how long they were locked up.
He's got no front brakes.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big impact right here.
Just climbs this wall, gets on the tires. That's a horrible feeling. You know, you just said it, Junior. It's the longest straight that we have in NASCAR, and you go, you get the brakes, and nothing's there. And all you can do is just as quick as you can, you pump the brakes, and then ultimately, it just seems like always the rear brakes are the ones that lock up first.
All right, at speed, let's take another look at it.
Oh. He's flying.
Oh.
My goodness.
AMR safety team right there with him, walking back to the truck and take him to the infield care center. The 46-year-old out of Arlington, Virginia, probably baffled as to how he didn't have any front brakes going into turn 1.
I believe pit road is going to be a busy place. I think it may be an uncomfortable distance for some, but you have to come, I think, right now if you want to have a chance to win this race. All the leaders are going to be on pit road.
And as they're coming up the hill, we'll send it to Dave.
And a big break for Justin Allgaier not to have to go another lap under caution, because that 7 was set to come in this time. So he wouldn't have had a whole lot of fuel left. That's the 9 of Noah Gragson. His car has been good all day. They'll have an extra set in case they need him late in this race, but probably won't want to give up that track position. Gragson will come in, and Allgaier as well, Marty.
Dave, Kyle Busch has rallied from 2 off-track excursions. He brings the 54 car to pit road. They're having a little trouble hearing him on the radio, and his car just a little bit too tight. That's what they were able to make out. Austin Cindric said he was much freer this run, and he liked it. If he could use help anywhere, it would be the slow speed corners, but he's been fairly happy with the race car. You see a number of cars staying on track, but as Steve mentioned, all the leaders coming down here right now. We'll see how this shakes out.
Brennan Brown first off of pit road there. Austin Cindric coming out behind him. Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson, Daniel Hemrick. And again, the reason for the caution coming out, Spencer Papelli hard into the turn 1 tire barriers. Next Saturday, the Xfinity Series rolls into Atlanta. That race coverage on NBCSN beginning at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Could be the last race for Kyle Busch. His last one he has scheduled, and once he got to 100 wins, he has said that he would retire. Look at these fans enjoying this Saturday afternoon race. I want to take a look at the Toyota driver updates. I mentioned Kyle Busch. He's currently 5th. Brandon Jones will restart up front. Harrison Burton 4th. Ty Gibbs, we'll see how aggressive he is on this potentially final run, 7th. Daniel Hemrick 9th, and Andy Lally is 16th. Haven't said a lot about Andy Lally. Andy Lally, the 46-year-old from Northport, New York. Let's check in with Jack Collinsworth.
Back down at the party deck. Great spot to get a little perspective as you look over the track, including the push to the finish right there, and the view's so good you even watch it with the spotters. Here's the spotters calling in the race right here. As you grab a hamburger, grab a hot dog, grab a brat, refill your drink, you sit right next to the spotters. It's a refuel station for the fans. Rick?
And on a warm Saturday, need to refuel a little bit here. Hydrate. It's the party deck up there, Steve.
Listen, I'm sold. I mean, Jack, I didn't need your...
Yeah, Jack sold us.
Jack sold me already.
Daniel Hemrick made his way onto pit road. They're working still on the tire barrier. Marty.
Yeah, Rick, interesting move here. They got a penalty on the 18 for the Jackman going over the wall too soon. And Steve, I've never seen this one, I don't think. They put their last set of tires on. So Dave Rogers making the call to pull that set off, put on the set they had on before, and they just rode around very slowly knowing they had to serve the penalty. So in essence, saving sort of a brand new set of tires for the end of the race for the 18.
This is what you call always crew chiefing. Always swinging, always finding a fight. Don't burn up your brand new tires trying to drive through the field and have no advantage and have this penalty take you out. This is basically Dave Rogers saying, all right, the penalty's no good. We need things to go our way. Let's put old tires back on. We'll save these new tires. Maybe we'll get a caution in 10 laps. And then we can put the new tires on and make a sprint to the finish.
He's got a full of fuel.
Yeah, it's crazy how the fuel's spewing out of that thing.
Spraying out once he left the gas can.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, Steve, so is this Daniel Hemrick's best shot at potentially winning with this strategy?
Well, I mean, I like the strategy he had with new tires and up front before he got the penalty if I had a choice. But my point is, this is how you can't just hang your head when you get a penalty. You know, you just can't say, oh, woe is us. What are we going to do now? This is the 18 car trying somehow to recover from this penalty. We have seen so many late race restarts here. The guy you think has the race in control has anything but the race in control. So never know. This could be the unfortunate lucky break. You can connect those two.
The unfortunate lucky break. Daniel Hemrick's teammate Brandon Jones and Harrison Burton, they are up front for the restart. And we're seeing now the 6 of Spencer Pumpelly, that car being towed back to the garage.
Fourth of July is a great holiday for our country. It's, to me, about togetherness.
4th of July is just, you know, a time to, I feel like, celebrate with your friends and family, especially around the racetrack.
America, 1776, we are the champs.
And yeah, usually some grilling and enjoying hopefully a beautiful day outside.
You know, the grandstands always get a little bit more red, white, and blue.
Nothing's better than motorsports on the 4th of July, let alone NASCAR.
Had family fun. I think the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. quote might be one of his greatest of all time.
Zero doubt.
Well, tomorrow it is jam-packed with fun and racing on the 4th of July. Cup Series qualifying from Road America. That's on CNBC. IndyCar racing from Mid-Ohio at noon on NBC. And then Countdown to Green and Cup Series racing from Road America, both on NBC. The Countdown to Green starting at 2 o'clock.
We might have to go for a golf cart ride around and do a little flag vote. I've seen some pretty good flags out there.
There have been great ones. And the fans enjoying it. Some sitting there on the grass, some on the grandstands.
I love it. I love it. I love that Road America symbol, too. They do a nice job there. So we saw the 18 come down and put old tires back on. Well, we always get asked, how are pit stops so fast? Well, they glue the lug nuts to the wheel. What happens if they're not glued on? This is what a pit stop looks like. These tires just came off, so literally every lug nut, take them off your belt, pick them up off the ground, start them one at a time all the way around. So when you want to know, you know, how these guys change a tire so fast, here you go on the right front putting the lug nuts on. See, if you had it glued on, you could change it that fast inside the interstate, Rick. It's the fact that you have to put the lug nuts on one at a time. That's about your pace.
Yeah, and then add about 45 minutes.
It's mostly the jack. It's that screw jack that's in the car. If you had one of these fancy jacks, Marty, you'd be way quicker.
Hey, Steve, when your driver's restarting 28th like Daniel Hemrick is after that stop we just showed, you need a little motivation when you're sitting on old tires. Dave Rogers provided that.
Have fun wheeling that thing. You're going to drive up to about 12th probably. We're going to put tires on it. You're going to get the rest of them.
I love the precision of he's going to get to 12th, but I also love, Junior, the reassurance. After we put the new tires on, you're going to get the rest of them.
Nothing better when you get cheerleading from either the pit box or the spotter. You got to pump that driver up, man. Give him that confidence. Anything's possible.
So now it's Brandon Jones and Harrison Burton who make up the front row.
That's what's going to make this restart crazy. Is Cindric, Gibbs, Gregson, Kyle Busch, middle of the pack, fresh tires. They know they have to make moves right away.
Brandon Brown also a part of that. with 16 laps to go. Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton side by side for the lead.
All right, you see Cindric looking to the inside.
Brandon Jones has the top spot. Harrison Burton looked to the inside through 2, now into 3. It's Jones, Burton. Here comes Harvick. Harvick in the 99 is third.
See, Noah got a good restart. Right on the rear bumper is Austin Cindric. Whoa, left front brake lock up from Brandon Jones.
Look at the aggressive move by that 07 of Josh Bilicki. Double duty. He'll run in the Cup race as well.
Not a surprise. We talked to him this week. So many laps at this racetrack.
Well, and the way he is actually behind the wheel of a race car is pretty amazing. On a Wednesday before the race about 5 years ago, he saw on the entry list it said TBD beside one of the teams. He on Facebook messaged the owner of that team and said, hey, I got a lot of experience at this racetrack. How about putting me behind the wheel? Sure enough, they did. And Josh Bilicki's racing today. He'll actually race again tomorrow too. But an amazing story for Josh Bilicki.
Yeah, he's had good speed here too. Typically looking for pace on most weekends, but he's got it now.
Cindric got position on Harvick going into the kink, and Harvick wise enough said, it doesn't look like too wide corner. You go ahead.
Oh, you can have that.
Another driver doing really good at this particular point in the race is Cody Ware back there in 9th place at 17. Right in behind this big battle. Right behind this battle right here is Cody hanging in there.
Austin Cindric in 3rd place. You know, I think it's important for Austin Cindric. You never know how these races are going to go. You know, it's not a huge rush right now, right, to pass these guys. Just take it easy. Take care of your tires. Be smooth. You may not be on pit road again.
You mentioned Cody Ware in that purple car. He ran the IndyCar race here. So why everybody else's breath is kind of taken away from the kink, that's probably the slowest he's gone. I can't imagine that straightaway back there in an IndyCar. There he is right there in that purple 17.
Kyle Busch going back.
Steve, I think all these runs, excuse me guys, with Cody Ware and different things have given him so much confidence everywhere. In fact, you remember at Pocono, he was out running the cars that he normally races against. So the purple 17, whether it's here or in the IndyCar series or even in the Asian Le Mans series where he ran an LMP2 car, very good for Cody Ware's development.
Yeah, Dave, he's also going to run the Trans Am race here, so just a little bit more track time.
Another left front lockup for this 19. So how, you can give him a hard time as you see the battle 3 wide for the lead.
Cindric will move to the inside as he gets past Harrison Burton, and Cindric's back up front.
And you wonder, okay, why are you locking that up over and over? Well, once you flat spot a tire, it's much easier for it to hang on that flat spot and lock up again.
Cindric loved it. 2 for 1 in the same corner.
And this is really where Austin Cindric can just kind of chill out a little bit, right? Older tires behind him. That 7 car of Allgaier on the same tires as he is. He just has to stay in front of him here for a little bit.
At this point, just taking off the 7, right?
There you go.
Sir, just managing.
That's all he needs to do right now.
Preserve your equipment.
All about tires. You know, we talk about strategies, pitting. We know cautions are going to come out. Well, guess what? We don't. You never know what's going to happen. This thing could go green the entire way. And if it does, the better job you did of saving your tires right now will determine how far you go with what amount of speed, Marty.
Hey guys, remember earlier in the day we were following Kevin Harvick and we thought something happened to the car. Well, the 99 car for Harvick popped out of gear. That was very early in the race. Since then, they have learned a lot as Austin Cindric is up front. Meanwhile, Harvick back further. I asked Rodney Childers a moment ago, I said, you kind of jumped off strategy there. He said, well, if we pitted with everybody else, we would have finished 10th. But I thought, let's save a set of tires. Let's just see what happens. We're just here to learn today. Harvick making the most of that, hoping that the run today on Saturday helps him tomorrow on Sunday in the Cup race.
Why not, right?
Yeah. Well, you remember, I mean, the Cup guys, they haven't raced here. So unless he raced an Xfinity Series race, which Harvick didn't, then they wouldn't have as much experience.
Yeah, and the call for tires, you know, you're this far into the race, you know how much equipment you have and what speed it really has. You see Noah Gragson move to the inside of Jones in the 19. So try to find some way to have an advantage. Let's take a listen into that 19. You mentioned about wheel lockup. Let's see what they're saying.
That front lockup twice in the 5 for some reason. Yeah, looks like you're using too much brake too early. Look at rear and keep fighting these guys.
Crew chief
locking it up again.
Yes.
I'm telling you, once you flat spot it pretty good, it keeps trying to hang on that flat spot every time into that braking zone, and it's going to keep locking up. So he's got the tire pretty much ruined at this point. Be lucky to be able to get many more laps out of it before it's down. It's going to go down.
Saw Ty Gibbs get by Justin Allgaier right there. A little bit of contact, a little body, not body slam, a little body contact side to side.
Cindric, a 1.3-second advantage over Harrison Burton, Ty Gibbs, Justin Allgaier, and Noah Gragson as we go NASCAR nonstop.
It's amazing to see him in the wild like this.
For those who were born to ride, there's Progressive.
Today tastes like it's all fired up. Like it's cooling down. Tastes like open air and closed eyes. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Hey, what's that?
Bought groceries with my Credit Karma Money debit card and won a reimbursement. So I bought myself this trophy.
And filled it with nachos. Don't say it.
Nacho trophy.
Get paid back for the stuff you pay for with Instant Karma.
You can do better. Let's go get a freshly made footlong from Subway.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
Choose better, be better. And now save when you order in the app.
Subway, eat fresh.
Get the part you need from the comfort of your garage. Order online or via the Advanced Auto Parts mobile app. With Advanced Same Day. Get same-day pickup, same-day curbside, or same-day delivery. Advance how you order, how you get parts, how you keep moving. Advance your auto. Advance Auto Parts.
On the track is where the race cars rule, but off it is where camping takes center stage. Campgrounds that go all in on good times with an energy that fuels a whole weekend of grilling, playing, singing, and racing. There's nothing else like it. And there's everything to love about it. It's camping like you've never experienced before. Book your NASCAR camping experience at nascar.com/camping.
July 4th weekend's always an exciting one.
Racing on July 4th just goes hand in hand with everything I live for.
Burgers, racing, fireworks. Maybe the pool.
Light 'em up, baby.
Oh, around goes the 19 of Brandon Jones. And the 10 of Burton also back there, Jeb Burton. They get it straightened back out. And it stays green, just over 12 laps remaining. The NASCAR Xfinity Series from Road America, telecast presented by Blue Emu.
It's a battle for around 10th position.
Jones was falling back with them older tires and all the flat spots on the left front. Jeb got down in the corner and they just got together. Let's see how it happened. Well, we're going to see how it finished. But yeah, this is already in process. Jones so mad. Look at him standing in the gas. Going to spin this thing around. Jeb got in there, wheel hopped it, got loose into the back of the 19, spins them around.
Justin Haley's like, thank you and thank you.
And what does that do to the 19 strategy, Steve? They would have another set of tires left, having to put them on under green.
Yeah, so they're going to put them on right here. So if you get the caution in the next 1 or 2 laps, they're going to look like geniuses, and they'll roll to the front. But if it does run, green to the finish, it's just going to hurt them. They didn't want to put them on until the yellow came out. That's really what all these guys, Harrison Burton right here in the 20, I don't believe he can make it on fuel. It would be a stretch. He's looking for a caution to come down pit road, put a set of tires on.
Coming in this time, Steve.
Nope, there you have it. So a perfect world for Harrison is he would turn right up the hill, go to pit road, and somebody would do something to bring the yellow out.
Whenever I wished for the caution, I was always it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped wishing.
Or it just never came.
Spotter would say caution. You'd be all excited, and you're like, oh, wait, no, that's us. Yep. Oh, boy.
Parker.
Some reason it always works that way. When you want the caution, it never comes. For the 16 here of A.J. Allmendinger, we've watched him drive through the field. One thing that's been on this team's mind, if we look at the right front, is a bit of damage he got coming through the field. It's one of those things that when you get forced back there through errors, you sometimes run the risk of beating up that race car. We've seen how fast he is, but that right front damage, it's sort of pushed in on the right front fender. It hasn't touched the tire yet, and they've been able to get away with it, but you have to think that can be affecting a little bit of aero performance. It's just not having that car in tip-top shape here as we get late in the race.
The other thing is what AJ's had to do to come from the back is just, use up the car that you can't see. Use up the brakes, right, Jeff? I mean, just use everything up. He is driving 10/10ths. All he can. Every pass takes brake life out of the car, so it's just going to be hard to think that this car has enough life in it.
Top 7 right now came at lap 27, and now we're seeing the 20 of Harrison Burton. He is on pit road, Dave.
And the upside, Rick, is the car is in one piece. No complaints from Harrison about bad brakes or anything like that. So with 44 miles left in this race and guys getting more aggressive toward the end of this, he is not out of it. Who knows what can happen? You get your tires here, you'll start near the rear, but you can cycle through.
You see on the bottom left, it's a great, map of the track, and you see just how far behind. The 20 is going to be basically a half a lap behind the leader, Cindric.
Harrison Burton's best road course finish, 6th, came at Coda. And now Ty Gibbs stopped on the racetrack. Right there at the entrance of turn 6.
Not sure what happened to him, but remember, before the race, his car would not start. And so I don't know if something happened, it shut off. I don't see any damage.
To transmission, they're saying, Jeff, and it just won't shift, so he's stuck.
Well, this is the caution Harrison Burton absolutely needed. He was just on pit road, and there it is. The yellow's out.
So Ty Gibbs, who was running 2nd, has transmission issues.
Good drive, man. Hate that happened. Sorry.
It's a big break for Harrison. Just pitted.
Remember Kyle Busch last week, transmission problems also.
That's a great point. Great point, Jeff.
So frustrating. Ty had a good drive today. Did his job. Just something happened. What a young driver. He could have, I broke many transmissions learning how to do it.
I think outside of A.J. Allmendinger, he was the only guy that I could match up with Cindric to compete for this win today, and Cindric will come around and see that car and be resting a little easier about his opportunity to win today.
So now, if you have tires, do you put them on now? All right, so Cindric, who has a set, do you pit from the lead? I mean, you have perhaps the fastest car. I think it's safe to say he has the fastest car. And an extra set of tires. So, do you dare stay on the racetrack and let Harrison Burton on fresh tires run you down? Do you come in and put your last set of tires on and go all the way in the back and get caught up in somebody else's mess?
And so we're going to think about that, Steve. And a lot of crew chiefs right now are thinking about the exact same thing. What do we do? We'll be right back for the restart.
4th of July, nothing's better than motorsports.
How about that, boys? That's it. Woo! Checker flag right here. Hell yeah.
It just says freedom in America. The 4th of July is obviously a great weekend to celebrate our country.
Road America in Wisconsin. I'm sure it'll be a good party and fun race.
The drivers know we're going to celebrate Independence Day on NBC with that epic doubleheader of racing. Mid-Ohio has the IndyCar Series. Penske still looking for their first win. That begins at noon. Then NASCAR Cup Series right here at Road America for the first time in 65 years. The Cup Series will be here at this racetrack. And obviously the fans know about what great racing we're going to see at Road America tomorrow. But right now in this Xfinity Series race, guys like Austin Cindric, who have been so strong, another set of tires, do you come and take those right now?
Well, that's the question. I mean, you have the best car, you have the track position, you have the lead, but your fear is other teams have a fresh set of tires. Is that the way you lose the race, by not coming to get them, or the opposite? You come, put your tires on, go back in traffic, and get caught up in somebody else's mess? It's going to be a stressful decision.
Okay, let's bring in the drivers. Dale Jr., Jeff, you guys, now that we've seen 30 laps of this race, what do you think about the final 10?
Well, I think that based off the conversation you guys were just having, the trouble with starting with new tires, you're going to be so far in the back. There's so many cars on the lead lap, and we know how aggressive it gets back there. We've seen it, and that wasn't even for the win yet. So now you're going for the win. It's going to get even more aggressive. Can you keep your car in one piece driving up through the field?
Either way, I think it's going to be awesome to have everybody kind of on different strategies. But I think if you don't pit now, you certainly can't pit later because of what you just said, Jeff. This track is long, but you get mired back there in 20th place. By the time you do get into that top 5, put yourself in position to win, the leader is gone. Won't be able to catch him.
Parker.
Well, guys, as we listen to a lot of these drivers maybe deciding to pit, some that have the tires obviously will want to do that, but for the 16 team, take a listen to the radio. It sounds like they're probably staying out and a little dejected because of that.
Massive save here, man. We appreciate it. Keep that thing cool.
We're out of tires, right?
Yes, we are. Out of tires.
See Austin Cindric pull the pit road. AJ stays out of tires. They're committed here, guys.
And a lot of cars are pitting. I thought we'd see more stay on the racetrack. Those fresh tires are going to line up way farther up in the pack than I thought they would. Dave.
Justin Allgaier running second behind Austin Cindric, was told follow that 22. The 22 of Cindric came in behind him. The 9 of Noah Gragson did not. They're both on Junior Motorsports team. The crew chief's taking different paths here, Marty.
Dave, a lot of the teams who did not have a set of tires left deciding just to stay on the racetrack here, but those who did have a set of tires left, they are coming down pit road. You see Allgaier hit his stall. Kyle Busch has a set of tires left. Kevin Harvick also has a set of tires left, but Austin Cindric, Brian Wilson, his crew chief, left it up to him. Cindric's call was, quote, lightning. That's from their playbook right above his head on a piece of paper. He said lightning, which means coming to pit road for 4 fresh Goodyear tires. They're going to start up. Have a pretty nice track position at the start of this race. Cindric wins the race off pit road. This restart's going to be fun to watch.
So just, it's important to understand in Xfinity racing and even in Cup racing, there's a limited number of tires. These teams were allowed 4 sets to run the entire race. You started on 1 set. You had 3 sets of tires in the pit. So it's just a question of when you took them. Code words, I had code words too. I think it was pit or stay out. They're real creative. Yeah. They're pretty easy to understand. I got a lot going on between these years. I couldn't have any more complications.
I think that when Cindric came to get tires, the best thing happened was for him is all of those cars came. I had no idea that many cars would come. So Cindric's not going to be as mired back in that field as far as I thought he would be. Let's hear what the 9 had to say about all that. Noah Gragson.
Right. 80% of them came. Be all right. Yeah, you got the lead, buddy. It's amazing. Go out there, haul ass. Hell yeah.
No, I like that. That's clear direction.
Stay positive.
Yeah.
You got the lead.
Started the race last, guys. Don't forget.
Well, this is a team that did have a set of tires in their pits and chose not to come. So this wasn't a, hey, I didn't have tires call. This was a, hey, let's give me track position. Maybe I can get lucky. We say 9 to go, but look, we saw how long cautions can be. That one car went off in turn 1, the 6th car, it burned 2 or 3 laps. So, you don't know how many green flag laps you're going to get because as you drivers pointed out, the patience are gone. The pushing and shoving is going to be here.
Well, that's why these races, these road course races, and Daytona Talladega, you get these late race cautions. They seem to create more. because I just said Austin Cindric is in a pretty good shape here, but he still has to get by 9 cars to win this race, and that starts in turn 1. As soon as he dropped the green flag, it starts in turn 1. He's going to have the aggression level turned all the way up as high as it'll go.
And don't forget that 19 and the 20 in front of him, basically fresh tires as well.
All right, with just 8 laps to go, let's see how we got to this point. When the green flag came out, it was Austin Cindric and Ty Gibbs that were up front. Noah Gragson had to start in the back, but what a charge he made early.
And you see that 6 had issues early, spins in turn 14, goes into the sand. Kyle Busch as well in the 54 gets turned around off the nose of the 7. He was able to recover though.
Yeah, he tried to get to the side of the 8 car there and just gets turned across the nose of Justin. Stage 1 winner, AJ Allmendinger. Then he had some problems on pit road. Right here, putting the right front tire back on. They knocked one of the lug nuts off. Have to take the time to put that lug nut back on there.
We'll call it a pep talk.
A little bit of frustration. Yeah. Big crash for Sam Mayer into turn 12. Ends his day early. AJ wins stage 2.
And guess what? Over the wall too early, so we're going to serve another penalty. Belli at the end of this front straightaway into turn 1, no brakes. Finally got a little bit of rear brake, got around backwards, climbed the wall. Fortunately got out of car.
Jeff Burton and Brandon Jones spin.
Harrison Burton comes to pit road onto green to put his last set of tires on, and just as he does it, another Gibbs Toyota, the 81 of Ty Gibbs, who was fast all of the race, has transmission trouble. So now we basically have some older tires at the front of the field, about 5 to 6 lap fresher tires on Harrison Burton, the 20 car, Brandon Jones, the 19, Cindric, who has showed the most speed of probably anyone in the field, would line up 10th on brand new Goodyear tires.
First 4 rows on older tires, and then the new tires coming in that 5th row. We'll see how well track position holds up for Noah Gragson, as well as the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. Haley, Maya Snyder are up there. Preston Pardus, the Miata driver, such success here at this racetrack. He's restarting 5th. Kaz Grala in the 6th position. 8 laps remain from Road America.
Oh, there's big problems back there. Big checkup.
Kyle got in the back of one of the cars when was able to check up a bit, though. See if it did any damage, as he's 3 wide on the inside for position.
May or someone. Oh, big crash. Maya Snyder on the inside there. More cars sliding through the grass.
Cody Ware in the 17 is around.
Contact.
26 also around for Chris Wright.
This is what we were talking about. The yellow's out, and it's going to burn laps for Noah Gragson, the leader of this race. So this is a lap they don't have to defend now. They can just, shorten that amount of time. Oh, big damage for Allgaier. Big damage on Cindric. The back of Cindric also has damage.
Kyle Busch has damage.
Kyle Busch, yes, the left front of Kyle Busch's car damaged. A lot of damage to the 22, the 7.
So we saw that big checkup on the restart on that inside line.
See what happens here. We see, Maya comes back on 3 wide, and they check up in front of him. Looked like Harrison checked up. The 22 had nowhere to go. The 7 got in the back of the 22.
We talked about it. If you're going to win this race, it all started in turn 1, right? That you had to have that aggression level turned up, and just everybody push it as hard as they can. The damage on the 20 as well. The left front's knocked up.
So which drivers got through unscathed at the front of the field? Definitely an advantage here. Noah Gragson was up there. Justin Haley, Allmendinger, Kaz Grala.
Big damage right there to the 7. Be interesting to see if Kyle Busch has to pit for that damage to the left front of his car. Great restart here by Justin Haley on Gragson. He's got an opportunity to beat him into the braking zone here, but Gragson drives it in there deep. tracking behind him there.
Now it's going to be interesting to see who has to come to pit road, who doesn't. The 7 has big
Look
damage
at Kyle
on the
Busch. I
front.
wonder what he's trying to do there.
I think,
he's fixing his fender.
Trying to help him. Trying to help him or help himself. I think he's waving at him.
Yeah, they're all looking at each other's cars, relaying back to the spotters, what they're seeing. Drivers work pretty well with each other, giving them information.
That's exactly right, Jeff. And Kyle Busch has been asked by Austin Cindric to look at that right rear. Kyle said a moment ago it won't make it the rest of the race. So the 22, who had the dominant car today, looked like he was in shape for a win, is going to have to come to pit road here and put on some scuff tires.
This was the risk, right, of going into the back in traffic.
Now, I want to say Kyle was up there hitting the 22, and I want to think that he was actually trying to possibly clear that tire for him.
To fix it looked like.
I mean, he wouldn't be trying to make it rub worse, but he might have been up there trying to make that tire clear for him.
But I think that's a respect they have.
Yeah.
You mentioned Cindric earlier this weekend when we talked to him. He goes, well, he's in the race. But that's great, because if I'm going to beat somebody, I want to beat the bet. Like, they want to go beat, bang, and figure it out on the racetrack. They don't want to see him pit. I think even Kyle says, man, I want him to stay on the racetrack. I want to see how this can turn out.
So damage to those 3 cars, right? Actually 4 cars. We'll see if any of them feel like it's bad enough that they have to come to pit road.
Looking at Kyle's car, I want to say he could stay out.
I think so too. I think he's fine. I think the 20 should stay out. They just got the left front up. It's not going to rub.
He's going to stay out there.
The 22 is coming, as well as the 7. All right, Dave Allgaier on his way to you.
Yeah, that left front, the biggest part of the problem, Rick. And Justin told the team, he said, I think it's drivable, but they said, nah, you got to come down pit road. We've got to get some, what they call a bare bond, big pieces of tape on that left front. And they were reminded, the crew that is, don't cover up the brake ducts. Very important for Justin to get to the end of the race, Marty.
Yeah, Dave, I think Kyle Busch was trying to help out Austin Cindric, but man, you can see how sunk in that right rear is on the 22 Menards Ford for Cindric as Justin Allgaier pulls to his pit stall. They're going to have to clearance the right rear fender on the 22, the left front damage on the 7, and they're going to go to work on that immediately for Austin Cindric. And yeah, that definitely would have not made the rest of the race. It would have eventually cut that right rear tire, and now they make the evaluation. Do we definitely need to put on? Yes, they're going to put on some tires. So they're going to put on new right rear here, which is a scuffed right rear tire, and make sure that fender is clear.
Cutting away parts of the body from the 7 up above.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
One thing to keep note here when you're working with bare bond is you watch the replay here. I'll give you the comment in a second.
You see the 2 gets wide. He tries to come on the racetrack and just squeezes Harrison Burton, and then it's a chain reaction from there.
Ryan Sieg in the 39 was also involved.
The 17 went for the hat trick on billboards.
Another look. There's where Cindric ran into the back by Allgaier, and they checked up there. So quite a few cars involved. Now under 7 laps to go here at Road America. Dave.
So, Rick, it was about the wind. Steve, I know you've had your crew work on the car before, but when those big pieces of tape are being used and it's windy like it is here at Road America, they have a tendency to fold over on themselves. That's tough.
I was never, it's like using super glue. Next thing you know, you got it everywhere. It's all stuck together. Now, the one advantage with the length of this racetrack is, you have a lot of time under yellow. The disadvantage, you got to be very careful because they give 1 to go. They let the field know they're coming to the green back on the back side of the racetrack. So, even though you might save a lap, you leave pit road, you could be a half a lap behind. This car looks like it's going to be fine. They got a little clearance to it. And, 7 laps, we're talking almost 30 miles, not even counting perhaps overtime.
So you're saying enough time?
For sure.
All right. We'll be right back.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Coming up on 6 laps to go from Road America for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, it will be Noah Gragson and Justin Haley, but Noah Gregson's going to have his hands full, I guess you could say it. Dave?
I would say so, Rick. And yesterday when I talked to Noah right after they had the engine failure in practice, he sold me on the fact that they'd be okay today. That he knew that he just had to start in the back of the field, but he believed in the strategies and he believed in himself. He was told to take care of the car all day long, which he did. Crew Chief Dave Elenz got him on the right strategy for the end. All he's got to do is hold him off, Parker.
And Dave, this has breathed new life into the 16 teams race here. AJ Allmendinger having all those issues on pit road. Chris Rice came on the radio and said, I know we've let you down, but a bunch of the cars that could have beat us just got involved in that incident. You're starting there in the second row. Let's go get it, buddy. So this 16 has another chance at it, Marty.
Parker, let's review what has been a very rough Saturday for Kyle Busch. In his Cup car, he wrecked the primary car going through the kink in practice, and they have to go to a backup for tomorrow. Then today, he's been off course twice, but now he sits here with the freshest tires, furthest forward, restarting 7th. Steve, could he pull it off and get the win here at Road America?
Well, it would be impressive. We heard some radio chatter on the 9.
No power steering. So it's going in and out. Yeah, so it's either so hot right now that it's kind of boiling and it's not catching.
So it sounds like it's got a little bit of a steering issue, but Dave Elenz, the crew chief, thinks perhaps under speed it'll cool off. Just something to keep in mind when we watch the 9 here.
Back through the restart zone, and a great restart right behind the 9 of Noah Gragson. We'll see if A.J. Allmendinger can take advantage of this situation.
That yellow number 54 of Kyle Busch makes a big move. He should exit this corner in 4th.
And 3 wide again off that corner. They did not work the last time. They got through there this time. Look at Kyle Busch drive deep in the corner on the outside of Haley.
That puts him on the inside, the preferred line for this next corner. He might not even need it. He take 3rd place away.
He's got A.J. Allmendinger in front of him. But out in front of this field, potentially with issues with power steering, is Noah Gragson. Still
a little bit of smoke off the left front of that 54. I don't think it's bothering him too much. Oh, a little contact with AJ right there, both of them into this turn.
3 wide behind him for the 4th position.
Wow, they both got, even with that contact, they both got a great run on Noah. AJ right on the back of that 9 car, heading to turn 7.
And more contact. AJ has the 54 of Kyle Busch all over the back of it.
All right, AJ's going to try this braking zone right here. He's going to dive down inside the 9 car. Everybody pushing hard. AJ's going to just take it away.
They make contact. Here comes the 54 of Kyle Busch.
Kyle on the outside is going to have to give that up. That's not the fastest way around this carousel.
But look at the 54, the pace he has in the middle of the carousel, either a better handling car or the fresher tires.
I'm with you either way. I think he's a little bit better right now. AJ gets a little bit of space between him.
Through the kink. And headed towards Canada corner.
Well, remember, A.J. Allmendinger won both stages. We know he has a good race car. Had to go all the way to the back for that pit penalty.
54. Little fresher tires all over the back of it.
That's right. Kyle Busch pitted at lap 36. A.J. right here pitted at lap 27. Right now, that is the advantage.
AJ's trying to run both lanes, be as defensive as possible.
As they get a lap or 2 beyond this point, that advantage of tires kind of goes away.
A.J. Allmendinger into turn 1, has pressure from the 54. Here comes Kyle Busch trying to take the lead away.
Yeah, I think Kyle knows.
Contact made again.
I think Kyle knows he has to take the spot now before that advantage of the tires sort of goes away. So down here into turn 3, he has the inside line. AJ's going to give it to him, try to cross over and create some momentum. Not going to be able to do it. Not in position even in the braking zone for this turn 5 as Kyle Busch is driving away.
3 starts already on the 2021 season for Kyle Busch and 3 wins in the books in the Xfinity Series. Trying to make that 4 here at Road America. And now A.J. Allmendinger back into the 2nd position.
Kyle has some great drive off those newer tires. You can just see how much better he is. I'm sure Noah hasn't forgot what happened over here in turn 8 with AJ a lap before. He's trying his hardest to get back to that 16.
Behind them guys, a guy having maybe the road course run of his career. Michael Annette's in there in 5th position. Don't think of him being a road course racer, but doing a nice job today. Did a really good job on that restart. Got by several cars. Michael Annette, clean so far today. Good work.
Michael pitted lap 36 as well. The car in front of him right here, Justin Haley, pitted a little bit earlier in that, so he's got an advantage on tires right behind him. Harrison Burton trying to make a move on Annette down here in the braking zone of turn 12. Annette very defensive. Oh man, he just about got into Haley there, pushing really hard. He drives to the outside now, sets him up to be on the inside of this next corner. Won't need it. Clears Haley. Haley backs out.
Here's Kevin Harvick in that orange car. He's joined us. Oh, Big Rick.
Ryan Sieg spun around here. Oh, more cars. Oh, we get one in the wall right here. That's going to bring out a yellow.
Yeah, he's stuck.
Moffitt in 02. And quite the crash here.
And
he's doing a nice job.
So far, and there's some potential debris, but it's not on the racetrack.
Right now, still green.
Yeah, there is a little bit of debris there on the track. Not in the racing groove. They stay green.
Kyle Busch driving away.
Let's take a look at what happened. Canada corner. Bilicki gets around in that 07.
My goodness. Wow.
That's a big impact.
Yeah, this is a mess coming out of there. Tough deal for Bilicki. Had a good run going. Harrison Burton to the inside of his teammate, Jones. Jones going to cross him over a little bit, be in position up here for turn 6. Going to take that spot away. Here comes Hemrick, who's falling back into this event. Oh, Hemrick can't get the job done. Going to be on the outside of this corner. Oh, Hemrick really shallow right here in the braking zone. Goodness gracious.
Able to get by the 20 of Harrison Burton. Here comes Kevin Harvick in the 99.
This stuff right here is so frustrating. If you're Harrison Burton, just trying to settle in, you know you got pace.
Top of the screen, the 98 of Riley Herbst. Continues a top 10 run.
Through the kink.
Yeah, right behind Herbst, Brandon Brown and Lally, a couple guys that are doing really well today. Brown's come through this pack.
Look at Annette.
Up to 3rd.
Michael Annette on a run.
He's got his career best road course finish at this racetrack from back in 2017. That's 2nd. Now he's going to have to set his sights on A.J. Allmendinger and see if he can get by him for that position.
You had mentioned Brandon Brown. Well, looking at the playoffs, right? He's 13th, trying to catch the 51 of Jeremy Clements. Well, Jeremy had some issues today, so he's 31st, 1 lap down. Could be a good point stage for Brown in the 68.
Under 3 laps to go now. Marty?
You guys talk about the terrific run for Michael Annette as Brandon Jones looks underneath Noah Gragson and then spins, Rick.
Spins, slides. Can he keep it off the wall?
He came from way back to kind of a dive bomb on Noah. I'm not sure if he's losing his brakes or what, but he came from way back on Noah there, and I think just trying to stay out of hitting Noah, spun himself out. Hemrick able to use all that to get around Noah. So this is kind of early in the incident, but down in the corner, he's already spun himself out.
Stayed off the wall, was able to keep it going, and we stayed green. Marty, we'll go back to you on Michael Annette.
I was going to say, let's give a call to Mike Bumgardner, his crew chief, for all the calls today. And he put those tires on at lap 36. And the only driver ahead of him on that strategy is Kyle Busch. He's ahead of Daniel Hemrick. He's ahead of Kevin Harvick and Riley Herbst. And a terrific run for Michael Annette in 3rd right now here at the road course.
So a great run for the one of Michael Annette. He's trying to catch Allmendinger right now for that 2nd position. Under 3 laps to go. And Cindric and Allgaier, who came to pit road, now are up to 11th and 12th.
Yeah, that issue for Jones has moved Brandon Brown into 10th position, who's fighting to try to take 9th place from Haley. right there at the top of the screen.
Noah is just trying to keep these two at bay behind him. Can't seem to get any space, can he?
I think the tires on that 9 car giving up on Noah. Newer tires behind him, putting the pressure on.
See how aggressive Harrison is here.
Yeah, shallow entry Harrison took. That was kind of showing Noah wants the spot, but at the same time, Harvick's back there. You take that shallow entry, it gives Harvick an advantage. Now Harvick all over the back of Harrison. Harvick gonna try to outbrake him.
Little contact there.
Harvick cut him a break right there.
He did. Harvick's raced with these Xfinity guys a lot. He knows they're racing for points. He's very respectful of the Xfinity guys. Wants to win, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he tries his best to be very respectful.
If that was for the win, the 20 would have been up the racetrack,
Yes,
I feel. But he's
right.
like, I'm not going to move him for 6th.
How about Riley Herbst? Very aggressive, getting to the back bumper of the 99 as we see Cody Ware around once again in the 17. Back out on track. And now Harrison to the inside of Gragson.
Gragson slips pretty big right there, but position is going to be easily taken.
Burton up to 5th. His best road course finish is 6th, so trying to better that today.
Yeah, right at the bottom of the screen. Before that, you saw Hemrick closing in on Annette, who closed in on Allmendinger. We're going to have a great battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th positions. Brewitt right there at the top of the screen, right there. Here goes Allmendinger tiptoeing into turn 6. It's a little wide there. Parker, you got some on the 16.
Well, guys, we know he's on a little older tires than some of the cars he's racing around, but it's also how he treated those tires. When he was blasting through the field and driving from outside the top 15 into the top 10 and then the top 5, he slid those front tires, and he's been struggling with having those lockups on the fronts ever since. So he's not only on older tires, but he's nursing some abused tires in the front there as well.
Just like you said, Jeff and Dale, you know, once you lock them up a couple times, they're just not the same.
We'll see if Net's got an opportunity down here. I don't think he's quite close enough. But, Hemrick thinks he is.
Wow.
And Net says, well, I'm going to try to be defensive here.
Listen to the tires squealing.
Oh, here it is. Okay, the 1 on the outside should be in good position to take that spot.
Hemrick's going to try to follow.
Look at AJ. He is struggling. No grip in those tires. He's going to give up this position as well to Hemrick. Hemrick now sizes up a Net.
Up the hill they'll go once again. And they got a long way to go to catch up to that 54 of Kyle Busch. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank.
Looked like Hemrick had a pretty good run on the 1 car. Might have an opportunity down here as he drafts up on the back end. Here he's going to go the inside of the braking zone of turn 1. A Net down in there deep as well.
And that's not going to give it to him. Going to be a battle. Hemrick sideways.
Giving everything he's got.
Down into turn 3, Hemrick's right there, nose to nose. He's going to take the position. Annette's smart to back up and let him have it. He just has more pace than the 1 car.
So many top 5s already this year for Daniel Hemrick. Currently up into the 2nd spot now.
Still seeing a little tire smoke out of that 18 car leading the race in 2nd. We've seen it. Pocono, race ain't over till they get to the checkered flag.
Right now the advantage 3.5 seconds for Kyle Busch in that 54. His last race out was a win in the Xfinity Series, making it 100 wins for Kyle Busch. He made the statement earlier in his career that when he got to 100 he'd retire. Well, he already had 5 races scheduled for this year, and he just happened to get to 100 in his 3rd race. This is the 4th race of the year. He's won all 3 up to this point, looking to make it a perfect 4 for 4.
Well, if Kyle Busch doesn't want to race Xfinity next year anymore, that's his decision. But I hope he does. He's good for this series. I like what he brings to this series. Completely his choice, but I think he's a huge addition, makes these drivers better.
Without a doubt, the talent is there for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. This will be 101 wins. Next closest, over 50 wins behind him. It's already been a dominant career for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. He has 2 Cup Series championships as well. But a big win here at Road America for Kyle Busch. Daniel Hemrick, another second place finish. Michael Annett, third. Allmendinger holds on for fourth. Harrison Burton with a road course career best of 5th. There's a Kyle Busch fan.
Austin Cindric able to rebound all the way to 8th place.
That's a great drive from the back up to 8th.
Breeders' Cup Challenge series is going to be coming up right after our burnout interview with Kyle Busch. Here at Road America, they won't do that burnout at the start-finish line. They're going to go a little closer to where we just saw Jack Collinsworth. He told us about the fact that the celebration will take place there in front of the fans. Kyle Busch casually brings it actually right in front of the fans here, just past turn 5 here at Road America on this 4th of July weekend. The trademark checkered flag and bowing to the fans. Might not have a checkered flag all the way out here in turn 5, but I'm sure he'll make do. Pulls the helmet and the Hans device off.
2 happy fans.
Yep. There's a lot of rowdy fans around there, Marty.
There are plenty of fans down here in turn 5 to celebrate with Kyle Busch. What a crazy Saturday, but he winds up in victory lane for the Xfinity Series. Waving to the fans. I don't know where to start with this Saturday for you, Kyle, but it finishes in the best possible way after 2 off-track excursions. How did you get it done in that last run?
Obviously tires, you know, that was the saving grace for us. We had tires left over, the 16 didn't, and when we came and put them tires on, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get through that many cars, but man, I don't know what happened on them last couple restarts, just the melee on the start going down the straightaway. I couldn't really see what was happening, but then there was a wreck between 2 and 3, and it was just fortunate to be on the right side in order to get by that stuff and get through that stuff without too much damage to our race cars. So can't say enough about M&M's ice cream. Obviously, you got to go get you some cookie sandwiches. Celebrate 4th of July this weekend. It'll cool you right off. And thanks to M&M's, of course. A lot of people to thank. So Mark McFarland, the ARCA team, they came and helped me this weekend. So winning with those guys. And then Chris Gale, all the Xfinity Series shop, all those guys and girls that helped prepare all these cars. This is a 5th entry, so that's a lot. And then also, this might sound weird, but Joe Nemechek and John Hunter, you know, they'll know why. But obviously, it was really unique to have the opportunity to run this race today, get ready for tomorrow. I hate that I tore up my Cup car, but I think we'll still be fast. So hopefully tomorrow will look a lot like this day.
Win number 101. Atlanta next week might be a career for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. He wins here at Road America, Rick.
Again,